Are you looking for ways to use up the leftover food, guys? Well, I have the answer for you right now on the Sunday edition of the Sunday Wraps and the Daily Wraps. Good evening and welcome to you. Thanks for joining me here in the studio at 10 minutes past 7 o'clock on Sunday evening. Well, using up the leftover food. Let's start with the vegetable patties, okay? If you make up a batch of vegetable patties, guys, label and date the vegetable patties in a container and what day you made them, the date they were made, and so on. It is very important to label and date your food and write on what the contents are, guys, because otherwise they will be in the fridge for so long and the contents will go off, and you don't want that to happen. So use up the leftover vegetable patties, guys, and the way to do that is serve them up with serve them up for lunch the next day. If you make them on a Monday night for dinner with a hamburger bun or a brioche bread roll. Okay, and like I said last night on the show about vegetable patties, guys, they are so full of nutrition and fiber, and it's a good way of getting the kids to eat up their veggies. And if we don't eat veggies, guys, we will get scurvy and we will not be regular. So I won't go into any more about being regular on the show. Now, another thing that needs to be used up in a couple of days or eaten in a couple of days is the lasagna, because if you put lasagna in the fridge and you forget about it, the content will be off and will not be safe to eat. So look up on how long lasagna will last in the fridge, especially if it's got a white sauce in it. I will talk about what a white sauce is in the next episode of my daily wraps. So always be careful with food if you are storing it in the fridge, okay? And another thing with leftovers, look at the date that you made the product and the smell of it. Because if the contents smell off, guys, they are not safe to eat, and you will end up being very sick with food poisoning and ending up in hospital. So food poisoning, guys, it's very dangerous, and you don't want to end up in the emergency department. So be careful on how much food you label and date, and eat the leftover food as soon as possible, okay? So don't leave it until it's too late and then you suddenly eat the food and then all of a sudden you feel really sick in the stomach, and then you will regret eating the off food later. It's the same with sausages or chicken. Okay, be careful with the chicken. Eat it as soon as possible or on the day that you cook it, because if you eat chicken that is off, guys, again, don't take the risk. I mean, it's up to you. But eat the chicken the day you cook it, and if you have any leftover, please wrap it up or store it in an airline container in the fridge and label and date, and write the date of when you cooked the chicken, okay, and all of that. So please be careful of what food you label and date and eat as soon as possible. And with dairy, guys, which I will talk about in another episode. If the milk is off, throw it in the bin. Tip the contents down the sink, rinse the bottle, and recycle it. Drinking off milk is not safe, guys. So you don't want to be sick and have food poisoning. Because drinking off milk, guys, can make you pretty sick. I will talk about dairy in general on the next episode. But eat the leftover food as soon as possible, guys. Don't leave it until it is too late. Well, the time is 17 minutes past 7 o'clock. Okay, I haven't got a great deal to talk about on this video, but on the next video, episode 47, we're going to be talking about dairy in general and milk and other dairy products. So I hope that you will join me for episode 47 coming up very soon. But from me, Barry Fear, thanks for joining me here, and I will see you. I will talk to you later in the week or early in the week. But you take care, guys. Stay rugged up and warmed up, and warm, and happy brawling handy. So from me, good night, everybody, and take care. See you soon.